Hey everybody, we are in Wels, Austria at Red Block Manufacturing Systems, and standing with me is the founder of the Red Block system, Marcus Pixler.
Hi.
Good to see you, Marcus. All right, Marcus, tell us a little bit about where we are and how long ago did this process start for you?
Actually, we are at the storage place of our bricks in Wels, Upper Austria, which is in the heart of Europe.
Yeah.
To answer your question, I started thinking about this whole process at the end of the 90s. Almost every material, building material, had an answer for prefabrication. The brick did not have an answer, and the answers that were on the market were just not economically feasible. It did not work. We started thinking about a complete new building system by thinking out of the box. And the first thought that we had was we need to look at the prices at the construction site on one hand, what are the building costs there, and to be compatible with our system to those prices. That was challenge number one. Challenge number two was we needed a system that is individually, not a standardized system where you just build boxes in certain sizes. We needed to be able to do exactly that, what happens on the construction site. And that brought us to the first break of the rule, let's call it. We started using organic glue instead of cement mortar to bond materials together, which led us to a system where we do not need any reinforcement in the wall. We just have brick glue, that's it. And that wall is transportable 1 hour after you produce it. That means you don't need huge storage places, you produce just in time. To have this individuality, we also thought about a system how we can elaborate the ready-made wall with a cutting system to be able to do everything possible what you want, name it, round windows, even cutted dolphins in walls for a swimming pool. So there is a lot of things are possible to do, and now we are increasing that system more and more and more, get deeper into the production value and try to add value to it, and by also putting in electric installations, water installations, name it.
Yeah, so you're looking at the future, putting the windows in, the MEPs in the walls, just like we're seeing in some of the wood-based products that are out there. You were the first one, and people thought you were crazy about automating a brick manufacturing facility and bringing in robots. Did they really think you were crazy?
Yeah, because where I always looked up to was always the car industry.
Yeah.
The car industry did many things in a very short time and increased quality of their products. Quality, reliability, everything. They started very early with robots.
Yeah.
They started very early with quality control systems. They started with, like, I read the book from Toyota about the Kaizen process, this continuous improvement process. I saw in the car industry, it's working perfect. It's much less machinery than we had before to do the same job. It's a serial product. A robot is a serial product, so that the amount of spare parts you need is minimized to the maximum. It just was logic for me to use it in our industry. Besides, everybody said, oh, it's dusty, it's humid, it's whatsoever. Robots don't like that surrounding. Not at all, no problem at all. With our robots, we do 2 services twice a year. Every service lasts 6 hours, and that's it. Finished. Perfect solution. And now it's state of the art in the brick industry.
Just like in the United States, you guys are suffering from the lack of skilled labor and the younger generation wanting to come into this industry. Now, this manufacturing facility where nobody actually touches any of the product until it gets to the job site only has 3 people running the machines. There's a total of just a little under 30 people that work in the whole facility on this. There's several manufacturing locations for the brick. You're also meeting people where they're at, because as soon as you introduce technology like robots, now it became more interesting, I'm assuming, for the younger generation to want to be involved?
Yeah, of course, because the job itself is more sexy, let's put it.
Yeah, that's right.
That's maybe the right word, because people want to have a personal relation to that, what they do.
Yeah.
And if this is a stupid, continuous work in a surrounding that is not interesting, you are bad, or you have problems in having people for the work set and for
Right.
the workplace. And by doing that and working for a company that uses very modern technology is an advantage for us. And that way we also, even in this area is very economically very strong.
Right.
It's not easy to get people, but we get the people that we need. We train them in, we invest a lot of money into training. So it takes, and depends on the job, but it takes up to 2-3 years until we can say, okay, now he's trained in and now he knows what he has to do, and we can rely on him and can let him work alone.
Right. 2 to 3 years to train one team member to be able to perform at the level of excellence.
Correct.
For everybody in the company, right? Because it takes the team of people to do it. It's not just one person. And I think that's absolutely wonderful. We're going to talk all the way through the planning and design process, because everything's automated to include the technology that talks to the factory. So stay with us, enjoy the conversation. Let's go inside.
Okay, I will.